What's good, Washington fans? So I just wanted to assess or do a review on the 2020 rookie class, Ron Rivera's first rookie class, and I think it was definitely a rookie class to remember. You had guys like Chase, Young, and Cameron Curl step up, Gibson step up. Had some other guys that definitely need to develop. So, and I'm not, saying, this is an early review because this is their rookie year. You never know; they could be better in year 2 or year 3, or guys could regress. You never know. Antonio Gandy-Golden could be a beast next year. Who knows? Who barely plays? Sadiq Charles could be a beast next year. So, I'm not saying anybody's a bust or anything like that, or anybody is overly great off of just 1 year. You got to see, the whole career, but just grading this class already, I like this class a lot. So we'll start off with Chase Young, who had 7.5 sacks on the year, who led all rookies in sacks, had about he had 4 forced fumbles, led all rookies with that, and also had 11 tackles for loss for no gain against the run. Led rookies in that. I mean, the guy was a beast. He was the generational talent that we're looking for. He was a huge part in getting us in the offs. The scoop and score against the Niners was huge. A couple of pass deflections here and there. He was our vocal leader. He was our captain. Got double teamed all the time. Got chipped, and he missed the Ravens game, and he missed majority of the Browns game. So possibly could have had even more sacks than what he had. The Panthers game, he was just a force against Teddy Bridgewater. Forced fumble on Teddy Bridgewater, then a tip pass that led into an interception against Cameron Curl. The Dallas game had a sack. The Steelers game was huge in that game. Niners game, once again, the scoop and score. Eagles game against Jalen Hurts had the sack that changed the game on the RPO. I mean, just big game after big game after big game for Chase Young. I mean, he learned from his mistakes. The Lions game, he had a little hiccup where he pushed Matthew Stafford, and a lot of fans were mad at him after that. And then after that, he just flipped the switch. I think he just got more healthy towards the end of the year. He was the highest graded rookie on Pro Football Focus. He is going to be the Defensive Rookie of the Year. He was already named the Defensive Rookie of the Year by PFWA. I forgot what that stands for. I think it's like Pro Football something. And he was the NFC Defensive Player of the Month as well. So, I mean, he's already racked up on the accolades, made the Pro Bowl this year as a rookie. We haven't had a player make the Pro Bowl as a rookie in a little while. So, he's definitely been that generational talent for us and that vocal leader. So Chase Young is an A+, honestly, across the board. He's only going to get better. I mean, he learned, I know what he said about Tom Brady. We want Tom Brady. Didn't get a sack in that game, didn't give any pressures. But overall this year, he's definitely made the team better. He's made Montez Sweat better. He's made John Allen better, Deron Payne better. He's just made the whole defensive line better. He's made the whole whole defense better. And he is only up from here. 7.5 sacks as a rookie. I mean, you look at Khalil Mack, he had like 5.5 sacks. And then next year, he just went crazy. So I think Chase Young definitely should at least get double-digit sacks, if not at least 9. And it's not always about sacks. It's about pressures. He definitely got there and made an impact on the game, or at least was double-teamed and chipped. So second round, we did not have a pick. We traded that for Montez Sweat in the 2019 draft. Antonio Gibson's up next. I mean, he was another pleasant. I wouldn't really say he was a surprise, but he played pretty well. I know in the beginning of the year he had some problems with his vision, but he had 790 yards on the year, 4.7 yards per carry, which was second among rookies. Had 11 touchdowns, which was tied for first with all rookies with Jonathan Taylor, which was 7th in the NFL at 11 touchdowns. Had a hat trick against the Cowboys, waved goodbye to the Cowboys, had 100 yards in both games against the Cowboys. He is the Cowboy killer. Had a good game against the Eagles. I think the only person that really stopped Antonio Gibson really was Scott Turner. The Panthers game where, Dwayne Haskins had a bad game. We were down, but, we were still getting good yardage against the Panthers. So the only thing that I want to see more from Gibson is just catching the football out of the backfield. I thought he did a pretty good job of it, but, I thought I would see a little bit more explosiveness from catching the ball out of the backfield. But he was just really good in all aspects. I think he was another guy that got better as he went along. He did struggle with his vision in the beginning of the year, but he was a great pick for a third round. I gotta give him he's not an A+. I'm gonna give him an A-, honestly. And then him having the turf toe, where he was really in his stride. He was in a rhythm. He was getting really hot. Like, he was on a hot streak. Then he had the turf toe against the Steelers. And that first run against the Steelers was a really good run. It was for about 5 or 6. It might have been for 8 yards. And then he got hurt, missed the Niners game, and missed, I think he missed another game. Came back against the Panthers, played really, really well. Just did not look healthy in that Buccaneers game. So that's the only thing that really hurt him. But he was explosive. He's what we're looking for. Just got to, he only fumbled the ball twice on the year, but The Giants game, fumble hurt us, and then he fumbled against the Browns. And there are, I wouldn't say really ball security issues, but you can see a little bit where you get a little nervous when he's holding the football sometimes, in my opinion. But he was great breaking tackles. It's just tough to bring down. He was like a bulldozer out there. He's got the speed and the strength, so he's going to be good for the next decade for the Washington football team. Definitely looks that way. So I give him an A-, grade for Antonio Gibson. I definitely love the wave against the Cowboys. Next is the 4th round. We had 2 4th-round picks. Now, Sadiq Charles, I think he was, I can't remember if he was before Antonio Gibson who was drafted first in the 4th round. I think it was Sadiq. We all know what happened with Sadiq. He was on IR, didn't play much. Only played in the Giants game. It was like the second snap of the game, he hurts his knee. I don't mean to laugh at him, but gosh darn, I mean, the guy just could not get on the field this year. But he has a lot of talent. They actually moved him to the guard position. He looked good when he did play. On that one play, he actually made a good play. Didn't play much in training camp. I mean, we just got to get the guy on the field. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, we need to draft offensive line. We actually have some really good offensive linemen. I like our backups. I think our starters are pretty solid. So I'm not really gung-ho on drafting offensive line because we do have a guy like Sadiq Charles coming back. Maybe he could play left tackle next year. Cornelius Lucas played well, but we definitely got to see more from the guy out of LSU who blocked for Joe Burrow in college. Joe Burrow was untouched in college, and Sadiq Charles was the left tackle, which is the most important part on the offensive line, the blind side. But if he moves into guard, he looks like he can play guard too. Strong guy, pretty nimble, pretty quick, pretty aggressive, looking to hit guys. So, excuse me. So I'm excited to see the Sadiq Charles next year. I really am. I'm excited to see him, but can't really give him a grade because he didn't play. Another 4th-round pick, another guy, Antonio Glyndon, didn't play. Was on IR. When he did play, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little underwhelming. He did have that one reverse play against the Browns for 22 yards, so that was pretty good. But other than that, he didn't do much. I think he had like 1 catch for 5 yards on the year. When he did play against the Panthers, he did look raw. He looked like he wasn't really ready to play. He had one play where he caught the ball and dropped it. He actually didn't catch it, but he just dropped it and the guy laid him out. So I'm excited to see more from him. I really hope we do have a preseason for him because he's one of the guys that really, really, really needs it. Has good hands, in my opinion, great size, 6'4". Mel Kiper said he was the steal of the draft. I think we all said he was the steal of the draft at the 4th-round pick. I was super excited for him when we drafted him out of Liberty. Has the athleticism, can out jump you, can open, those contested catches. That's what he was great at in college. So I'm hoping to see that this next year. Hope he gets an opportunity. Hope he gets a chance. I really want to overhaul the wide receiver room. I want to bring in some big name guys. I know everybody wants Allen Robinson. I'm definitely one of those people. But if you can't get Allen Robinson, at least get Curtis Samuel. And I want to draft a receiver in the higher rounds too, in my opinion. I think the whole receiver room just needs an overhaul other than Terry McLaurin, in my opinion. And now if Gandy Golden wants to be the 4th or 5th guy, I'm fine with that. But we just need better established talent at the number 2 wide receiver and the number 3 wide receiver. So Antonio Gandy Golden, I think he might end up like Robert Davis, where he has a good preseason, but there's just not enough room with him with Calvin Harmon coming back. But I do want to see the guy get a chance. I do. I want to see the guy get a chance. Next is Keith Ishmael. I got to look up his. I don't even think he played this year. I don't even think he played at all because we had Chase Rouillet, we had Wes Schweitzer at the guard position. Yeah, Keith Ishmael has yet to make his NFL debut, but he was a good piece in practice. That's what the write-up says about his bio. But when he went to San Diego State, right? So, I mean, he played multiple positions. So we'll just make this quick because he didn't even play down in the NFL yet. Chase Rouillet was good. Wes Schweitzer was good. And Brandon Sheriff. He's all pro. So, I mean, just wasn't a lot of room for him to play. And those guys stayed healthy for them. Brandon Sheriff stayed healthy. I mean, knock on wood. Hopefully he stays healthy again next year. And Wes Schweitzer played well. Wes Martin didn't play well, but Wes Schweitzer came in and definitely took that spot and ran with it. And I want Wes Schweitzer. Wes Schweitzer should be our starting left guard next year. I think he played that well. So Keith Ishmael, maybe he could play next year. He could be a good depth piece. So we'll see what we get from him. I'm not going to grade him either because he just didn't play much. Next is Khaliki Hudson. He was in the 5th round. Didn't play much either. We had Kempier, Louis, Cole Holcomb, John Bostic. They're not world beaters, but there's not a lot of playing time for Khaliki. He played a lot of special teams out of Michigan. Played special teams again. He was really good in special teams. He played in 14 out of 16 games. He did have 11 tackles in Week 15 and Week 16 combined. He had 11 tackles in those games. Had 2 starts, and that's about it. But, he's good at stopping the run. Definitely want to see more out of him. More of a hybrid player, plays safety in college as well. And then, of course, our hidden gem, Cameron Curl. Cameron Curl was a beast, had 3 picks on the year, 88 tackles on the year, was second on the team in tackles, only 11 starts out of 16 games because of Landon Collins. When the guy came in, he made the defense better. There was clearly a difference. We struggled with guys like Troy Apke, and Landon Collins was struggling. Next thing you know, Cameron Curl comes in, plays slot, plays strong safety, is making tackles in the backfield, had 2 sacks. Only thing I want to see from him is when he gets the sack, strip the ball, hit the ball, because he sacked Daniel Jones, and you have to hit the ball because Danny's going to cough it up. So that's what I want to see from him next year on those safety blitzes. Strip the ball. The pick 6 against the Niners, that was a game-changing play. That might have been the best play of the year overall. If you had to pick a play, the top play of the year is between Chase Young's scoop and score, Cameron Curl's pick 6, and then maybe Antonio Gibson's waving goodbye to the Cowboys and Montez Sweat's pick 6, where he jumped into the rafters and had the pick 6 on Thanksgiving. So those are the top plays from the year. If you had to pick one, it could be that Cameron Curl play, that pick 6, where he read the defense. He just read Nicholas Mullins' eyes, came up and just picked it off and ran into the house. So that was an incredible play right there. But he was a pleasant surprise. He made the Pro Football Focus All-Rookie team. A lot of people say he's better than Jeremy Chin. I think he's better than Jeremy Chin. For him being a 7th-round pick, it was just incredible. 4 pass deflections, 3 picks, one interception, 63 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 88 tackles on the year. The guy was a beast. He had speed. He's a dog out of Arkansas. Just a hidden gem. He was the steal of the draft. He definitely was the steal of the draft. So a lot to say about Cameron Curl. Wow, he was incredible this year. Had 11 tackles against the Giants. He made our defense better. He definitely deserves a starting spot on the roster next year. We have to get him on the field, and he played a lot better. He was the best safety on the roster for sure. Last pick was James Smith. I give Cameron Curl A+. Just I have to for where he was drafted, what he did on this team. I don't think I saw him get beat once. I think the only time he really got beat was in the earlier games against the Rams. He didn't get beat deep. He just got basically crossed up by Cooper Kupp. But Cameron Curl was incredible. He gets an A+ for sure. James Smith-Williams was our last pick in the 7th round, number 229. Had 10 tackles on a year and had a half a sack. I think I remember the game where he had the half a sack. He actually got a lot of playing time. He actually got not a lot, but he actually got a decent amount of playing time. Looking at you're going to against guys like Ryan Kerrigan, and Chase Young is going to get all the snaps. Montez was going to get all the snaps. So James Smith-Williams actually did get some legitimate snaps and some legitimate playing time. Was really good on special teams, good at tackling. I think he had 1 penalty on special teams one time. I think it was just the Steelers where he got mad and slapped somebody in the face or something like that. I can't remember, but for the most part, he was pretty well. He played pretty well. He was pretty good for the Washington football team, and definitely want to see some more from him. I think a preseason would definitely benefit him too. Let's see if he can get some more snaps. The defensive end room is definitely loaded with Montez and Chase. Ryan Kerrigan probably will not be coming back next year, so maybe James Smith-Williams will get a lot of snaps next year behind those guys, and Ryan Anderson, I don't think he's coming back either. So James Smith-Williams was pretty good. I like what I saw. If I had to give him a grade, I guess B+ for special teams, but definitely want to see more. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this rookie class. I think overall the rookie class was an A because of Chase, Antonio Gibson, and Cameron Curl. I think those guys really raised the grade. Everybody else, they just got to play more. Our 4th round picks, we had 2 4th round picks, they barely played. Keith Ishmael didn't play a snap, and Khaleke Hudson barely played, and then Jay Smith-Williams barely played. So other than that, I love this rookie class. We did hire Martin Mayhew. Not really going to make a separate video about that, but he did play for the Washington football team when we did win a Super Bowl. He was with the Niners before. He did draft Matthew Stafford. Record-wise, if you look at the Lions haven't been good since Barry Sanders, to be honest with you. Consistently good. They really weren't consistently good with Barry Sanders. So, honestly, if you work for the Lions, your track record is not going to look good, per se, because it was the Lions. The Niners had some bad years, and then they've been really good recently because they drafted Nick Bosa, they drafted defensively, and they got better. So, I like to hire Martin Mayhew. I don't mind it at all, but you guys let me know what you guys think. Hail to the football team. Peace.